It's an idea that we've all had at some point. What if Pokemon, but with different guys? Guys from other video games, even. It seems so obvious, but until recently, I'd never really seen it attempted in a way that wasn't just a sprite swap with some updated types and learn sets. Enter Super Mariomon, a project that goes above and beyond being a ROM hack and turns the base game into something completely new. Super Mariomon is a full game conversion of Pokemon Emerald built on top of the Emerald expansion base. As you can probably guess from the name, this game takes the established Pokemon formula of battling and collecting typed critters and applies it to the world of Super Mario. Princess Peach is throwing another party, and this time it's centered around a new game she's come up with, the Cap Challenge. A spin on Odyssey's capture mechanic, the premise here is that, by wearing special caps, familiar creatures from the Mario universe can join your party as captures and face other captures in battle. Capture commanders must travel the Mushroom Kingdom and challenge star leaders to acquire power stars, with the first commander to complete this challenge being granted a wish. First of all, I love this setup. A lesser hack would have just thrown Pokeballs and gym badges in here, but right from the outset you can see the thought and care this team put into keeping this game firmly rooted in Mario World. Professor Egad serves as the professor here, introducing us to the Cap Challenge and giving us our choice of starter: Piranha Plant, Bob-omb, or Blooper. I opted for Bob-omb mostly because I like the sound they make. Luigi fills the role of rival here, and he takes whatever starter is weak to the one that you picked. Seems oddly appropriate for him. While we're talking about the starters, let's just talk about the captures in general. This game's Tattle Dex is made up of a very well-curated set of creatures from across all eras of Mario's games. In just the first area, you've got your standard Koopas and Goombas, but also some really cool picks like the Twirlips from Mario Galaxy 2 and the Ant Troopers from 3D World. Each of the captures has a pretty intuitive Pokemon type assigned to them. Goombas are normal, Twirlips are grass, Ant Troopers are bugs. Head underground and find a Dark-type Buzzy Beetle, or poke around the castle grounds and find a Rock-type Thwimp. And just look at these guys, the sprite art here is phenomenal. Massive compliments to Jordan Jordanos Baker as the main artist here. All of the capture sprites are perfectly on model, and half of my excitement for finding new captures was just to see what the sprites would look like. And we haven't even talked about the overworlds yet. From the central hub of Toad Town, you can set out to different self-contained worlds, with each one being home to a star leader. Every location in this game is an all-new map set in various locations from around the world of Super Mario. Instead of just repurposing existing assets from Emerald, the team opted to produce brand new art for everything from terrain and buildings to NPCs. Super Mariomon's world is populated by Toads, Piantas, Nokis, non-capture Koopas, and plenty of familiar named characters. The artists managed to perfectly hybridize the look of the Mario and Luigi RPGs with the look of the third-generation Pokemon games, and it's just a delight to look at. Even the battle backgrounds have been redrawn to give them more of a sense of place. The level of visual polish here really can't be overstated. Beyond just being a treat for the eyes, I think I realized this game was really something special in World 2. It's here that we start to see lead programmer Kobe Kobazko rob some flex her coding chops. Up above the clouds, we encounter some of this game's first overworld puzzles. There's these bullet bill blasters that blast bullet bills when you bop these blocks. You can turn them by interacting with them, and the bills they fire can trigger blocks they come into contact with. This is such a cool twist on the usual on-off block puzzle, and once the cannons start auto-aiming in Mario's direction, it really starts to bring in some of that more action-oriented overworld gameplay from the other Mario RPGs. Every world from here on out has its own gimmick, really making them feel like distinct, memorable levels. The most ambitious and technically impressive one is definitely World 5, but I won't spoil that here. Another of this game's many strengths is the writing. The Mario RPGs definitely have a style to their dialogue and humor, and it's one of the things that a lot of folks will cite as a favorite aspect of those games. Super Mariomon's writing is pitch perfect in line with the Mario and Luigi series, with everyone's characterizations feeling just spot on. Bowser especially is written as well here as he was in Inside Story, and he gets some of the best lines in this whole script. Even the NPC dialogue mirrors that of other Mario RPGs, with the occasional meme or reference thrown in for some spice. The Koopa Troop fittingly takes the role of the evil team in this game, and they do their best to get in Mario's way throughout the Cap Challenge. Each world gets its own self-contained story, and appearances from Luigi and Bowser help to create a solid through line between them. Again, it all just feels very Mario, really capturing the tone of a Mario RPG. The scenario is credited to Kobazko and Liam Shawn, Cannon's creative Thornton, the latter of which also pack the Tattle Dex full of witty and concise entries for each capture. There's even a handful of side quests to do while you're participating in the Cap Challenge. These can range from seeking out a specific NPC to showing somebody a specific capture or finding lost items. Most of these quests aren't overly complex, but just having them here helps to make this game's world feel more fleshed out. If you're like me, and you want to explore and talk to every NPC, these will give you a fun reason to do it. If you just want to head straight for the stars, they won't get in your way. Do I have critiques? Honestly, barely, and they mostly come down to wanting more of the game. There's a noticeable lack of a cute water-type capture, which probably only matters to me. I'd love to see the Mario World dolphin maybe evolving into Dory if they ever expand the decks in a future update. Also, there's a lot of really well-done custom music here, so the rare leftover Emerald music stands out a bit, and I'd love to see that replaced. I'm really having to reach to find problems here though, and with how much I enjoyed this game, asking for more just feels greedy. Super Mariomon is so much more than a ROM hack. It's a fully formed, fully realized Mario RPG that can stand toe-to-toe with the official ones. Maybe it's because Mario's my comfort character, and I've been a Pokemon fan since before I could read, but this game had me enthralled from start to finish. I haven't enjoyed a Mario RPG this much since Inside Story, or a Pokemon game this much since Black and White. If anything about this game piques your interest, I promise it'll be worth your time to check it out.